Do you want me to resend them to you? They should be. Well, I found all of it to you.
Again, welcome everyone. Appreciate you all being here. Today I thought what we would do is listing presentations. All right, so you guys have a pretty solid listing presentation. You guys go, I've got it all down, and every time I go into a listing that it's mine and no one else is going to get it because I just rocked it and I just hit it really quick and boom, there it was. Do you feel that confident?
No.
Medium sometimes? No, a little bit. No, Jenna, you feel confident? You got your drink, so you're all good. You walk in. So I get more there's lots of choices, out there of agents. But I do get more frustrated on the listings that I do lose, only because I feel that, how could they not choose what I'm about to bring them? Now, I know that there's other agents in my office that are, we all have our strengths, absolutely have our strengths. And there's some people that holding hands. If you had just one client, sometimes I've had a client where they needed so much like hand holding, that I felt that they're really more of a person or a client that only needed the one agent, and that's the only client that they had, or the only seller that they had, or the only buyer that they had, because they just take so much time and so much energy, and I have systems in place, but there's only so much of me, or there's only so much that you can give. I feel that 99% of the people, they love your systems. You can go through, it works out really well, but you probably have all been there before, where you need to talk to them every single day. You need to see them every single day. You need to those are fun people that need. I literally just had a transaction just closed yesterday that had 3 brothers that are 30 to 45 years old that have never sold a house before. And it was interesting even asking the simplest questions of how do I get my money, or I don't know, just some notary. Yeah, what's a notary? Think questions like that like, well, what's the notary do, and how do so things that you were just like I don't know, just novice, I guess. So I wanted to actually take this, and I know I've shared this before on my presentation, but I really wanted to go over the marketing approach, and I want you guys to copy, duplicate, just go page by page here of grab. Do you guys do PowerPoint? Do you do Google Slides? What do you guys like? Have you done a Google slide before? No. Have we done a PowerPoint before? No. Okay. So there's, you guys, whatever that you want to do to present this. Now you could go to Tom Ferry, go to Google real estate, real estate agents listing presentations. The biggest key here, guys, is when I take this presentation that I have right here, I put it in this format, and I actually do a 6-minute video to 7-minute video on this presentation. So how many times have I really gone into a listing presentation and gone over this marketing approach? Out of how many listing presentations have I gone on this year in that listing? 80 something listing presentations so far this year. And I probably have gone over my listing marketing approach under 5 times. And that's because I send it to them before I go. So the biggest key is to say, Jenna, thank you so much. I'm looking forward to meeting you tomorrow at 4 o'clock. I'm going to send you over a marketing video so you can actually learn a little bit more about what I do, what we do different than most agents. And if you don't mind, do me a favor, watch it before we come, because it will speed up the process, and you'll understand kind of more about me. When I get there, one of the first questions I ask, did you get a chance to watch my marketing video? And if they say no, I will tell you, probably on the 6 or 7 listings that I've lost this year, all of them, maybe besides one, did not watch my marketing presentation. And so you felt that you were going in not as strong as that you could have. So if you have a 2-day appointment out, I might say, Jenna, I'll see you on Monday morning. It's great. Saturday or Sunday night, I'll say, Jenna, just want to check in. Did you get a chance to watch look forward to seeing you tomorrow. Did you get a chance to watch my video? Not yet, but I promised to do it before we, just remind them. And so basically I'm going through this process. So guys, create some kind of social proof. People like, signs, people just your information here. I do have this presentation for those people who don't watch my video, or there are some people that in age category or not great techie kind of people. I do take this presentation with me and I will go over it. I put it behind plastic and so I can leave it with them. And so I have a little bit, here, just boom, there it is. Get your information. There's your DRE, all that kind of stuff. And then I'm telling you, people love the picture of your family. I have my bio. So this is the same bio that you guys need the same bio, which we're going to have a bio class. We're in the middle of the year now. So we will be looking at our bios probably in the next couple of weeks about going in and creating that and actually making sure those bios are all in the same place. It's kind of odd that I don't have anybody else that came in. Just to make sure I didn't block anybody. No one's waiting for me. Okay. All right. No, usually people are like coming in late, but I don't see anybody in, but I hit a button and I might have deleted somebody, but I'm not sure. All right. So I want you guys to put a bio, just talk about service, whatever that you want to do. And I want the picture. I've gotten so many people who just absolutely love my picture of my family. They'll go, and maybe I need to make it bigger. And they just go, oh, I love your family and so sweet. I've had listings. Mostly it's the, the grandmas of, people will look at that and they'll just ooh and ah over the picture. And then I've literally people say, I've chose you because of your family and stuff. And I tell them, I'm not going to sit there and, Alma, I'm not going to like beg them and say, hey, I really need your money, but I'm going to say, yeah, this is my why. This is why I work. This is why I get paid my commissions. This is why I do such a good job, because I need to support this big family. Get it? There was a subconscious thing there that I kind of said, I've got a lot of kids, help me out here. So no, it's kind of important there. Then, this I've probably had this inside my screen in my presentation for a long, long time. I always like this before some of you guys were even, in real estate, or maybe even before you're born, maybe with no internet too. So, this would be where we used to have, this is a strange even comment to even say, but most people actually search on their mobile device. But before, about 10 years ago, most people's websites did not format correctly on a mobile device. And so you guys, those who can remember, it was like weird. And you just have to scroll way to the right, way to the left, and it just didn't work. So I kind of used to spend a little bit more time on this. The only reason why I like to bring this up right here is because I'm not a big open house person. I don't, I'm not a big newspaper kind of, even though we have it. I'm not a big, kind of seminar kind of guy, but I just kind of like to show and just tell them straight up, this is what I concentrate on is the internet. This is what I do. I concentrate on realtors. My job is to get every realtor, and I'll tell you exactly how I do it. But when you come down to open houses, I'll just plant the seed. Yes, it's exposure. But personally, guys, you guys will know as real estate agents, open houses are generally for agents to generate more business, to find more buyers, or find a neighbor who may want to list their property. Now, I will tell you, I've sold a couple of houses last year by doing open houses, and they show up and the open houses are a complete dud. And then a week or two later, I get them to call me. Somebody calls and says, hey, I'm thinking about selling my house down the street, and I met you at the open house. So you never know where it's going to come from, but it's a small percentage. So that's what I do. So I want you guys to go in. I want you to go into your Yelp reviews. I don't care if you only have 1, 2, 3. I don't care if you combine these two pages, to a social proof, realtor.com, wherever it is, Google review. I know Zillow, I know Yelp, they actually are, they've got credibility behind them. So I want you just to go in and you can use a snippet. You guys use like a snippet or screen share. And, basically it's just, it's just snippets. So I just go to snippet tool, and you just get a snippet tool, and you just kind of say new. And I just kind of, if you guys can see this, I don't know if it's going to work, but see how I just drag that over right there. And you can just go to Zillow, and then you can actually just copy that and actually go copy your little page, make sure your picture is the same picture. So it's all the same. Get your little 5-star reviews, just start copying these, whether you got, okay, I only have 2 Zillows. Great. Put the 2 Zillows, got 1 Yelp. Great. Got to just make a page where it says, and I don't spend a lot of time here. Sure, I'll let them read it, but I basically just say, guys, social proof, that's probably, and I'll even make a comment, Alma, you found me on Yelp. I just wanted to show, thank you so much. And be prepared that eventually I'm going to ask you for a 5-star review so other people like yourself can find me. So it's a social proof. It's with pictures, social proof. If you want to drop this in and have Tim McKim and have a picture of them, and, Zanon and Mary, and have a picture of all of them right here next to it, that would even be better. So take this, create whatever that you want to do to create it to be yourself. So basically in the first couple pages, boom, there's me, boom, there's my bio, there's my family. I say, guys, I'm in 6-minute videos, I'm recording this. I'm just going over this real briefly. They have a copy of it. They can go back and review it. And then this is the next big one here, is that you need to have pictures of houses that you've seen, that you've sold. Now, some of you who might be brand new, you go, well, I haven't sold 265 properties in the last 3 years. I used to actually go on here and just go, hey, 2023, we've closed 40 houses so far this year. And then I would keep having to update it, or I'd go 2022, we did, 83 homes. And so I finally just said, I don't want to keep going back and have to change it. I'm just going to throw it down here, because 265 properties in the last 3 years sounds bigger than them going through 3 different slides of pages of 2023, 2020, 2000, so boom, there it is. I just kind of dropped it in. And if you don't have a lot of homes sold, then you just, I would use the word we. I would go in there and just say, go get 5 or 6 pictures of some of your office photos of people that you've actually sold, your agents in your office, and just say, we've sold, 265 properties in the last 3 years, or 1,000 properties our company has, start putting that in. But if you've sold 2 or 3, hey, these are my recent houses that I've just sold. Just put recent homes I've sold and put the 2 or 3 of them that you have in there. And the recent, what's recent? 6 months, maybe somewhere around that range, but just kind of put some kind of proof of actual pictures that they can see. That way, like it's just important. All right. Then I kind of go through, I don't really like that one, but then I kind of go through, and this is one I'm going to be changing a little bit, but the marketing team, makes your home stand out. And I kind of, there's another slide I couldn't find, but I've redone it, but it was like 144 ways to get your property sold. So, and I'm going to show you kind of how I dig into a little bit more, but this is where you would put maybe your checklist, your seller checklist of what I'm going to do to get your property sold. Too many people ask us, is my house going to be on Zillow? Is my house going to be on Realtor.com? Well, of course it's going to be there on those items. So in those locations, you just need, and so sometimes you have to be real simple and just say, it's there, it's going to be there. So these are some just, highlighted ones that you can actually put on there. So kind of get your checklist. So you guys, I know we've gone over a checklist of a seller checklist. Put whatever that you feel. If you want to get marketing, some of you guys shook your head and said, no, you've never done a presentation like this on a slide presentation or a PowerPoint, then just start one. Just go to PowerPoint. It's free. I think it's free. Isn't PowerPoint? Slides is free. If you have a Google account, Slides is totally free. And just go on there and just go, hey, I'm going to start a new presentation, and just go new right there and just say presentation. And then it actually gets, you can see a lot of these slides have different colors. So I want to make mine a little bit more uniform, because I'm just pulling these from different presentations that I've created in the past. But have some kind of checklist here. Now, this is where it gets really big and really kind of fun. And so I know when I do these classes, I don't have a lot of time to chat about it. So I'm going to chat about it a little bit more. So when you're in your presentation right here, this is where we put photography. I am, professional photography. Those who haven't heard, go to boxbrownie.com. boxbrownie.com. Anybody gone onto that since actually? Okay, so Jenna, you have. It's amazing. They actually take your photos within 24 hours or less. They'll send you back your photos professionally, like tweaked. You can change things. You can do the evening shot. Don't hire somebody to go do the evening shot for $200 to do like a twilight and water down the driveway and kind of that. Go to Box Brownie, spend $4.50. for your evening shot and $1.60 for your video or for your other photos. And they just pop. And so basically what this is, if I click this, you see that there's a YouTube video that is actually attached to it. So in each one of these, so when you're in the presentation, the client, so when I'm in my 6-minute video, I'll just say, guys, when you open up this up, just click on here and you'll be able to see the videography. You'll be able to see another video here of what we do different with the 360 tour. You'll be able to go and see a sample of a website. See, they're all hyperlinked. And when you come in here and see how this is not hyperlinked right here, and so you guys just go get a picture, put a picture of yourself, put a picture of a home. It opens like this and you right click it and you just go to link. And there's a link right there. And you go to a YouTube and you just get your YouTube link and you copy and paste it. Like on this photography, oops, see, so this is what basically it went to if they went to it. I love it. Commercials, so we'll get rid of the commercials. So this basically is some videography of a video tour that we actually have done on a house. So now this one, I could totally make this different now because now I can actually change this, and you do have to go in and update it every once in a while because now I have music to them and I can do something different. I just took a video clip of a house for an example. So see that right there? You just open this up, and then you just, and then it showed the YouTube and you just right click it, add the YouTube video in there and you can tweak it. So you edit link, I can edit, so I can go back and change it. This crazy one right here, you can actually go, if you guys use Matterport video, you literally could go and just Matterport has a video on, Matterport, and you can just do a Matterport. So this just takes me right to, this is my mom's house, by the way. This is where I go and visit once Christmas right here. I go a couple times a year. That's always funny. But she usually comes to my house, but she's actually rents this out for weddings. And so she doesn't even live in here. This is more of a wedding venue kind of place. And it's pretty amazing. So what you can see there is I just linked it directly to a virtual tour. I linked it to a smart code reader. Those who are in Century 21, you guys can get this in a C21 online, and you can actually order smart code readers and signs and there's other systems that are out there as well that you can do. This goes to a website. So like on this particular one, I bet you on this one is that this, see, site not found, because once the property sold, then you have to make sure you go back. Now on my video that I do a video and I actually click on them a little bit, then it actually will go live. But if you just got to keep remembering to go back in and change those. I talk about some open houses. I talk about broker tours. Not all these are linked. See, these aren't linked to anything. They're not linked, but I'm just letting you know that get a little bit, go I say, look, guys, I'm not going to just tell you what I'm going to do. I'm going to show you what I do. And I dive deep into this because I got 2 pages of this. So then I go into here for the paid per click. And in this one, again, is probably going to be and this goes back into redirecting into my Facebook back. And you've got to, I didn't log in, but it was a sample of that Facebook, like what I do per pay per click. This is the premier exposure. This goes into my YouTube. This goes to me cooking into a cooking eggs Benedict, it looks like, which is really, really good, into a cooking with your agent video. And so these people, and so when I actually sit there and I go into a house presentation, so, oh, can you please come cook in my kitchen? Please come cook in my kitchen. And I go, great. So I know they watched my videos or they opened up my thing. If they got this far, I know they did, which was great. So then it goes into just listed, just sold postcards. It goes into the, my database, of who I actually seek after, staging, and, goes into a little bit about, and so again, these aren't hyperlinked. Not all of them are. But you can hyperlink them into, what was that one? Oh, that was the buyer database. I'm kind of curious where that goes. I'll look at it later. But you're just basically showing them what you're doing different. Real simple, just laid it out, created a picture of a house, got the little logos, stuck a little YouTube here, postcard, and just kind of shared what we do in a little brief description of what happens on that. I kind of show a little bit about some before and just some some pictures of like literally this is what people's pictures look like online, and this is what box brownie and things can do. So I kind of give them a few little explanations of that. Any questions about this hyperlinking that you guys have?
I have a question. So who is doing your video? Is that through where you say Matterport, like when you're doing your YouTube videos, or is it you that just walking through the house?
Okay, so on the Matterport specifically,
Yeah.
so this one, it was just, this actually linked directly just to a Matterport that we had paid for. I actually, I have a Matterport account. I actually have a Matterport camera. Now that you don't really have to have the camera because you could just use your cell phone. But I literally did my own video of me actually with the Matterport camera showing me going and doing the pictures of the Matterport and shooting the Matterport. I like to do it. I don't want to spend $200 on some, I don't know what the Matterport charge, what your photography guy does or she does, but I spend an hour and a half in the home is what I do. I'll go there, I'll hit the Matterport, I'll do the photos. I will do my video on like the video still like video on a horizontal video, and then I come back and compile it. So the question is, who does your video? I have Jessica that puts my videos together. You can go fiverr.com. You can go onto up. There's another word up. Oh, but Fiverr, there's another one that actually go. And Fiverr, they might, I was getting videos done for
Upwork. It's
15.
Upwork.
Upwork, thank you. Yeah, there was somebody yesterday, I was on a webinar and there was a video link that they said, here's another link to somebody if you guys want to go, which Jessica, I didn't click on it because job security. But there was another that, they actually said, here's somebody that we found that they really like. They put it to music, and just go to Fiverr and just put in, this is what I'm looking for. And then about 15 people will pop up and they'll start, giving you a little, this is what I would do it for. I'll do it for $20. I'll do it for $5. I'll do it for $35. And then you just test them. And when you find somebody good that actually puts it to music and gets it all set, then it's, then just kind of continue using that person. Cause I'll show you some videos that years
So
ago.
Jessica is doing, like, you're gonna get all the footage and then you just give Jessica access to all of the footage that you take and she puts it together?
Mhm.
Yes.
Okay. Okay, cool. Thank you.
And what you can do is Jessica and I have, like, if you find that person and we have a shared folder, right? And so I just drop that into her shared folder. So when I do a video, I just drop it in there. So I do like I got the Pivo camera, PIVO, and it kind of like follows me a little bit. I'll do that right there for stability. Then I'll just go and I'll just take a video of I'll just walk and I'll just stand still and I'll just shoot the backyard. And I'll just kind of do just kind of like that. And just do a little video, like, I'll do the main bedroom, main living room. And so then when I'm actually talking about, then I'll send them all to her. And when I'm talking about, oh, you guys need to see the sunroom in this property. It's absolutely beautiful, the light. And then she cuts it and shows the sunroom. So it's not always me being in the video, my face, but I do have an introduction and an outro of, hey, just subscribe to my channel, click the little button here, and you can get more videos and more houses that they hit the market. So, but just do videos, because if you go to I don't know, have you guys been to my YouTube channel or not yet?
So Eric, do you always hold the camera that way?
Yes, or you'll get in trouble by Jessica.
And then what about for social media?
All right, social media, Jessica, you want to say, because you're right, it's short videos. You want to go different, but Jess, you got anything?
Yeah. So it's a little tricky because YouTube favors videos that are in landscape orientation. So that's wide ways horizontal.
Hello, my name
And
is.
then every other social media platform basically favors videos that are portrait orientation, so vertical. Eric often has to shoot both. So he'll do two versions each direction, because we do post on all platforms. But you don't have to do that. If you're not on YouTube currently, I would just recommend shooting vertically, portrait orientation, and posting on Instagram. And you can do house tours just like that. We do those. But depending on what platform you're wanting to focus on, I do highly recommend filming in the correct orientation to do well on those platforms. So YouTube here, everything is horizontal. That's just how the player works. And the videos perform better when they're formatted properly to the playback settings.
And so YouTube, yeah, definitely it's horizontal, all the short videos, but you'll see that these videos, like the listing videos, yeah, they're getting 8 views, 15 views, 18 views, but it's when you get to these, area videos, 4,000 videos, 4,000 views, 3,000 views. These are, this is pickleball. My wife and I are playing pickleball. So, again, I didn't do anything. We didn't even, I think, yeah, I did play a game there, but we just we went there with the kids, and I said, you know what, I'm doing a video, and I just kind of mostly watching the kids, but at least I got some out of it. So a little exercise, but yeah. So, but this is basically what we do. And these are just like the little videos. Now the clients like it because, maybe this is where they saw it on YouTube, but at the same time, they'll get other benefits and they'll be seen and shown somewhere else as well. But, and.
Do you use a gimbal?
I have a gimbal, and you can, because you can get just kind of I have a DJI gimbal that you can actually use. I have I have more cameras and stuff that I never even use. It's crazy. I've got an Osmo little cute little thing that, I don't know, Jessica, how many times have we used it? Maybe a couple times, which is really great, which is kind of fun. But now I went to a GoPro, and how many times have I opened that GoPro up? Maybe we use it 2 or 3 times. So it's really, guys, this is what I do. I go with this, and my newest one is the Pivo camera, which is a little it's not a camera, it's just a Pivo little stand. And it is just you connect it on there, and you hit Pivo on your app, and then it just kind of logs in, and then it records here. What I didn't like about like all these other fancy cameras is that now I have to take the SD card out. I have to go plug it into my computer. I have to suck it out of the SD card. Then I got to send it to Jessica. And so it's like, I just go like this, send, share, go, boom, done. And I'm out. So, I just, that's what I like best. We're not, if I was doing some other, Jessica and I've used some GoPro stuff and used some other deeper kind of videos, but I'm just more of a, just kind of do it on your phone and go. And yes, you can actually get a gimbal and put it on your phone and just hit, so it stabilizes it. So yes, you definitely should, because there's one girl that I noticed, she's, I don't know, Tennessee somewhere. No, she's in Auburn. That's the girl in Auburn. And she's just it's like, almost like, it's like, that's her video technique. It's like shaky. And so it's like everyone is just kind of like just shaky. And it's just, I don't know if she shakes it on purpose, because it's like you could hold your hand way, way better than just being shaky. But any kind of video, just start by holding your video and just holding up, smile, and just record. Just start with that. Just go with that. And then if you want to upgrade to a gimbal later, upgrade to a gimbal later. Okay.
You can also use just a simple tripod. I have like 6 or 7 different ones, but there's mini tripods, there's full-size tripods, there's collapsible ones, and you can just set it up and speak in front of it, and that makes it really easy. There's also some that have a clamp on them, so you could clamp them to like a handlebar or something if you're moving around. And those are stable, so they're not technically a gimbal, but all of your new iPhones have a gimbal system built into the camera, so they limit excess movement anyway. So you could always start with just a cheap tripod. And then we also had a question about video editing software. I use the platform called Clipchamp, and that's a Windows like desktop application, or I use the Reels editor within Instagram. And then if you have a Mac, you can use iMovie, or you can use Adobe Premiere Cut Pro, I think is what it's called, is the most advanced software. But I use Clipchamp.
Your Reels is easy.
Good question. Thank you, guys. All right. So then after I go with that, I want to kind of share a little bit about the social presence and kind of share what we do. And so we just literally just taking little cute little screenshots of little videos, and we give them a kind of a weekly update on kind of what's let's see where, I don't know if I have that, Jess, if I got that one right here. So this basically has a midday. So I share a few seconds on a video, and I'll just go, guys, just want to let you know that, every Wednesday you'll get a midweek update from us, basically of where the social media presence, where we've actually been, how many people have actually seen your ads. It's crazy. Sometimes, I don't know, Jess, what was it? Once somebody on the Lakeshore North property, which we don't have any idea why, but it went completely viral, and it was getting like 100 times more, hits on social media than some other properties, which there's nothing really special about that property. So, things, and so it looks really, really good, so I just like to share what we're doing. The main big one though, that I like now to do is I just literally record the MLS screen and record on the MLS and show guys, here's the last 2 weeks. We've had 3 houses that went pending, 2 that have sold. Here's the one that we were competing against. But we've got 7 homes that are active. You're actually the least expensive one at the moment. You're in the middle of the pack. You're at the high end of the pack. 3 new ones just came on. I'm suggesting maybe we do a little price adjustment because of this movement. And I kind of just record my screen, whether you're in it. I just have my little video upper left-hand corner. I'm just showing that. I'll send it. And it's been so amazing in the last, month and a half of just price reduction on listings that just aren't moving, that they just like today. I did one the other day and he just said, Eric, reduce the price to 864. Thank you. Have a great weekend. I appreciate it. Thank you. That I have to get on the phone with him and say, we really need to do a price reduction. I just send a video. And they go, thanks so much for the stats. There was one the other day that I said, I think we just need to hold. You're at the lowest price. Let's just hold where we're at, because I feel that we're positioned good with the current inventory. Another one that was, 3 months ago, I said, look, we were the only inventory. There's only 4 houses in our neighborhood at all. And now there's 15. So we need to make some movement here. And now we've reduced the price probably $30,000 or $40,000. So it just kind of helps. And then these videos are saved, so they can go back and watch it if they want to. So I kind of basically talk about that, then I go into, we talk about where pricing. And so I'll say, Jen, I just want you to know, when we talk about pricing in our upcoming appointment, I don't say their name, but because this is a generic video, it's just a 6-minute video that I send to everyone. I don't re-record the same video. I just record it. So when we meet here shortly, when I just say, when we meet, I just want you to know that we got to basically talk about pricing. If we price behind the market, pricing at the market or pricing ahead of the market, basically you're going to get, an expired listing. So I got to respell that, expire. It will just expire. You're going to expire listing. You're going to need a price adjustment. We price it ahead of the market where the market's going. It's going to be pending. That's basically our strategy. Then you're going to go, and I talk a little bit about the buyer demand, about where the fixed market, where the interest rates, how it affects, because they need to understand this kind of stuff. They need to understand that the market's a little bit slower. So, buyer, if the market interest rates, so if I say, guys, if there's an interest rates right now in the last year and a half, if they've been around 6.5, there's a good buyer demand. When it jumps up into the 7s, it gets a little bit weaker. So then then I'll say, they might go, yeah, I just heard interest rates were 7.5%. So where do we have to go? We got to go ahead of the market, not, behind the market. So I share that statistic a little bit. I talk about inventory, about where the inventory is going, where it's dropped, what that means, how that kind of affects them. A couple new slides that I basically, guys, a lot of times right here is that you need to know this. I need to know what your timing is, what your urgency is, what the bottom line, is there a bottom line? I mean, what 3 motivations are you having? Because if you get somebody who, you guys have all been there, and Kim gets a seller and says, I'm in no hurry. That's not the answer I want. I'm in no hurry. It's like, oh, I'm in no hurry. In no hurry. Yesterday I went to a listing presentation. Oh no, we can just price it really, really high and see if we get the person that just will pay for our home. I go, it's not gonna work. Why waste my time? Or if I get 2 people who come in and say, look, our new job started in Los Angeles on August 8th, so that's urgency. Now I know it's not that I'm gonna, guys, the house is gonna sell where it's gonna sell. The market's gonna sell and it's gonna price itself is what's going to happen. It's going to end up selling it, at the price that it needs to be. But I need to know their motivation and things that I'd like to ask them. I would definitely, talk to your people about this and say, I joke with them. I'll just sit there and say, Jess, I just want you to know that, I know that you mentioned you met with a couple other real estate agents, or maybe I'm your first one, but there's going to be questions. I know here's the 3 major questions that every seller asks me. How much is my home worth? How long is it going to take to sell it? And am I the right agent to sell the property for you? So we're going to actually answer that. And I hope that we can, we'll answer these here throughout our presentation as we walk around the house. So those are 3 things that I talk about there too. And I just really talk about, home buying, selling process. You guys are welcome to go watch the videos that I have on YouTube about what home inspectors look for, pest inspectors, if you're doing a tax 1031 exchange. So when I have these videos, done, then what's really nice is that if I have somebody who calls me up and says, hey, I'm thinking about doing a 1031 tax exchange. Can you help me out there? Great. I got a video on that with my 1031 guy. It's a 10-minute video. I'll forward over to you in just a moment. I go to YouTube, I find it, I click it, I share it, and I'm done. You know, so it's like now instead of me going, let's see, what are the new rules on 1031 tax exchanges that I don't know right now that I have to remember? You know, I don't really want to go in the depth. I know just enough to I understand and share and discuss that with people. But then I, let the professionals kind of do what they do. I got a buyer that says, hey, I don't really know what's a home inspection. What am I looking for? Well, let me give you the video. And that's where I'm going to kind of jump here, but that's where I've got another presentation that basically it's a seller and a buyer welcome guide. So it's guides that basically talks about what we do and the process of buying and selling a house. So this is you want to sell? Well, this is what's going to happen. You want to buy? They're pretty much really similar. And it kind of goes through and kind of explore the beauty of the foothills on a buyer one. So these are just different slides that you can, a why choose Eric Hatch video, some testimonial videos of my sellers, of people who have actually sold homes to. So these are like selling welcome buyer guides that you can actually have. Now you can utilize this so many different places. Don't just wait for a seller. You want to drop this out and just go, yeah, I don't care if you guys go to social media and go, hey guys, I just finished putting together my new seller welcome guide. You guys want to check it out and critique me and let me know what you think and see if I need to add anything. Just blast that out. And all of a sudden they'll go, oh, that's really beautiful. Or, I'm kind of thinking of selling. Or they go, wow, I need to use this person when I go to sell my house because they're so on top of it. So these are just reaching out to different people and just exposure is really what it is. Where did I go? All right. And then I just go into, and I went in talk about YouTube. I interviewed 30 businesses in 30 places, went around and interviewed all the stores and stuff. You'll see, I'm the very first person that went into Quick Quack. I'm the first person that went into, well, I don't know the first, but the opening day of the new business I presented these businesses so well on Crumble Cookie that they thought I was the owner of the company, owner of that franchise, which was wonderful because even my son-in-law or my brother-in-law said, "Oh, you're the one that opened the Crumble Cookie." And no, I wish, but I didn't. So because I just promoted it. I'm just doing fun. I went out and we did a beautiful video on it, and I literally held the traffic of the I don't know, Jess, maybe 7 to 10 people. And I said, can you guys just hold right here and let's just get a few more people as they're coming. And then I said, I'll buy you cookies. So I bought them cookies. And then we were like, hey, let's go. And then I got all this big line of people following me into the store, that, hey, it's open. So some really fun little things that we did too. So just be kind of part of that neighborhood of showing kind of things of what's happening in your neighborhood, which is kind of fun just to do. I might go into a little bit of timeline, show about kind of the timeline of what we do for a timeline. You guys can do that. You can go find one online too if you want. There's like this timeline right here: pre-listing, listing active, under contract. So, going over a little bit, I probably don't use this as much. I don't really spend a lot of time because I like my other pricing, and price it too high, then you end up dropping. So various different things, but literally, guys, I could send you my 6-minute video. It's probably on my YouTube page as well, of just my 6-minute marketing video that I just go over this presentation. So I don't, whatever you guys are having, you need to have something. You can't just go into the listing and just say, this is what I'm going to do. You vomit all over them of everything that you're going to do, and then you don't do it. Or, what do you say? I'm going to put it on the MLS and I'm just going to, hope for the best, or I'm going to, go out and actually do certain things for you. Marketing can help you. Just listen, postcards, they can help you do all this, but put together some type of presentation. Those people that came in a few minutes late, I send the 6-minute video of me going over this. I rarely even go over this at a listing presentation. I spend more time listening to them about what they need and what their needs are, and finding them, what I need to do to solve their problem, versus going over the marketing. And so I'll walk out with a listing. I'll sign it. I just went to 2 of them. Actually, last week I had to come down from the Sierras at the camp, and actually came back on a Wednesday and Tuesday, or Wednesday, Thursday, can't remember. And I actually got both $800,000 listings that I drove down. And I just said, you know what, I got to come down and do them. And so, but they watched all the videos. They found me online. They found me on Google and Yelp. That's where they found me. And now I've got 2 $800,000 listings that in Auburn that will sell fairly quickly. And that's just kind of what you do. And but I think that when they see this type of stuff, it's great. And just even, and somebody else, you guys, I'm sorry, somebody sent me a video last week. I don't know if you're on, but thank you. But it was great. Appreciate just sending the video, but you just send them a video and say, just want to just put a face to a name. I look forward to seeing you on Tuesday. That's a lot better than somebody else just showing up on Tuesday and they don't even know who you are. So, you know, send them a video, send them these type of stuff before you actually go do the presentation, and you will find yourself listing a lot more properties. It will double your income if you do something like this. Absolutely will. I guarantee, because you'll look so professional and so like into it, like, wow, this person, I have to go with this person. Why would I not go with this person? I put together a nice CMA that I actually send over, and people always, it's just cloud CMA, you know, it's just, you'll go with our CMA of our Moxie CMA, but I just put it together and it's just like so easy. And then when you put together presentations of a marketing or your listing presentation, and they look at this and they just go, wow, this presentation must have taken you forever to put together. No, I've already done it. Yes, it took a little bit, but it was done. Now you just reuse it and tweak it every 6 months, like I need to on this one. Questions, thoughts, process. Overwhelming. Jenna, you're up first. You're on number 1.
It's so good. And I was going to tell you, so I've been sending videos to so many people. And when I get any sort of lead, doesn't really matter whether it's like a friend referral or tip, and I call, I immediately send a video. And I'm actually like going out for showings this afternoon because of that, because they were like, oh, this is great. And that connection is huge. So I love having this done as a separate thing. You work on it, a lot of upload, like upfront time, but then it's done for you. But then the video to send out with this is perfect. So I'm a little mind blown, but you're so right. These little activities, if you do it consistently, it will change your business. It's so cool.
It is.
So thank you.
You're very welcome. Thank you for doing that. And I don't care if you just, I love that. You're a text, you just go, boom, thank you so much. I look forward to seeing you. And just, it's the personal contact, you know, touching them it's almost face to face, and that's what they want. It increases it by 80+%. So, you know, I know some people are still scared of video, but just do it, you know, just do it and just be, it's who you are. We all know what Jenna just sounds like. We all know what she looks like. And so it's like, they need to see that too. And then, you know, it's like, you can't change your voice, or you can't change, I guess you can change what you look like. You girls change your hair all the time. So you guys do, aren't you? You guys do different colors and fun stuff. So it's all good. All right, perfect. Thank you. So have any other comments or thoughts or processes that you guys want to discuss, or even what you guys want to talk about next week? Because I need some thought, whatever you guys feel. Because I literally did not think about what I wanted to do on today till about 20 minutes ago, 20 minutes before the class. So then I go, hey, let's do this one. But, basically I'll be straight up, is basically what I need to work on. I actually teach you, so I can go back in and actually tweak my stuff too. So that's why I love teaching you guys, because it actually helps me stay on focus. But I do know we want to go into some bios. And I do know that if you guys want to do this next week, that we will go into, because it's mid-year, we'll go into maybe mid-year numbers, and we'll go into mid-year and we'll get on a computer. So if you have a separate computer, that we'll jump on and go. It's like almost like a little mini course that we'll jump on and go to YouTube. We'll go on to all our different social media platforms and make sure that all our links are proper and all our bios and all our pictures and everything matches. You guys want to do that next week? Okay, so I don't know if you guys have 2 computers, have a laptop, or have something, maybe log in on your phone and then have a laptop or a computer next to you that we can actually go and kind of do a hands-on kind of thing. So that's what we'll do. That's what we'll do next week.
And then this is good. I'm going to challenge myself, because I'm going to put YouTube videos up. I'm going to do this. I'm going to do this. And I haven't yet. So now I'm going to do at least one by the time we meet next week.
Yeah,
and
just
be like, what's happened in Reno, or what reasons to move to Reno or something.
Oh, go. I don't know, Jess, who are the people in Texas? There's two men that are in Texas. Do you remember?
I don't know their names, but it's called Living in Houston, Texas is their YouTube name.
I mean, talk about just domination of them. And you're just, Jenna, what you just said, reasons why to move to Reno. You do something like that. I have like I did one in a little town in Washington, the video just driving through the town. I did one in Grass Valley like 2-3 years ago. And there's like, there's like 1,000 people that have watched that little dumb video of me in my dashboard just driving. You guys ever thinking about moving to Grass Valley? Here's this hotel, here's this. As I'm driving down the street. And it's as cheesy as you could ever be. But they actually, it's people. But these guys are pretty awesome in Texas. They actually just dominate their market. And that's what we're developing right now and getting some aerial views and just going to small little mini markets around in Auburn and kind of sharing and kind of showing why to move here. And so, Jenna, when you're out at a lake, when you're out at a river, when you go on a hike, you just record everything. And then you'll use it and you go, hey, just want to let you guys, here's another reason why I love living here in Reno on this. Boom, there it is. The wind. Just teasing. I don't like the wind.
So true. I actually had a client, they were good friends. When it started they moved here from the Bay Area and they was like, you never told me it was so windy. And I was like, I think actually we had that conversation. And then when it started snowing so bad this year, you never told me it snowed this much in Reno. But it's so true. Cause I think people have such an idea of what the desert is. And so little things that we think everybody knows about Reno, they don't necessarily know. So it's kind of fun.
Those like for your area, I know, and we've got, Sarah Stone Francisco, who's the rookie of the year last year. She did that amazing. When it snowed, she went out and did like new neighborhoods just pop up in Grass Valley. Did you ever see that video? And she did a video and she went and there's probably 4 ice igloos, houses that kids made in the streets and stuff. And it was the cutest video. And it just went total viral of like new little video. Now, because you're in a different market, I would take that idea and run. So if get a bunch of snow, let me show you these this is a 1-bedroom open floor plan that she turns and shows the igloo of this kid's snow fort. It was awesome. So
she's so awesome. So cool.
Yeah. Go for something kind of fun like that. So, but it's fun. Yeah, just doing video and just recording and just being you and showing kind of what's going on there. I think I joke with this. My little 9-year-old granddaughter asked her mom and says, why does Papa do video all the time? And my daughter says he's an influencer. And I went, I don't know if I'm quite that far.
But you'll take it. That's so
I'll
funny.
take it. But it's just the exposure of just being out there. And the one I went to yesterday, this is Eric, I just see you and you're out there everywhere. You're out there everywhere. And that's where you want to be. So when people come to you, then they'll already recognize you and they'll go, there's no one else I would want to list with besides you. And they don't even know who I am. And so that's where you want to get to that position. All right.
So cool.
All right. Anybody else? Kim, anybody else down here on this Trina Merced office? Any questions? Jim, anybody else have any thoughts, questions, ideas? Please. This is not just an Eric show. This is everybody collaborating, everybody together. So if anybody has any fun ideas or thoughts, feel free. Please chat or speak now. All right, then we will see you guys next week. So appreciate it. And really, again, anybody has any questions or thoughts during the week, I'm always here to help. Like I went yesterday to one of Sarah's houses that she wanted me to go just take a look at and view and get, my thoughts and processes on it. I take calls all week long because I just enjoy helping. So if you want a contractual, again, I would probably tell you to probably talk to your manager, but I'm totally open. If I tell you to talk to your manager over that one, I certainly will, but feel free to just call me and just ask me a question about how would I do this if I was in this situation? Because I've done it all. All right.
Thank
Okay,
you,
guys.
Eric.
You're welcome.
Thanks, Eric.
Happy
4th of July.
You as well, guys. Enjoy that. It's an amazing weekend. Enjoy family. My daughter just landed just now, so it's going to be fun. So we got all my kids here. It's going to be a wonderful day. All right. Appreciate it, guys. Thanks so much. Take care.
Bye.
Bye-bye.